all to stand for the prayer and pledge.
Father in heaven, bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so that we will work for the good of our community. Teach us to be courageous in our outlook, courage in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Thy will be done. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of the Hancock County Commission Monday, December 30th, 9 a.m. to order. Roll call.
Mr. President, all Hancock County Commissioners are present.
Thank you. We have Nicole Felucci's coming from the animal shelter, and when she gets here, we're going to fit her in this agenda somewhere. So we'll go on until then. Item 1, approval of the minutes for the meeting minutes for December 16th, 2019. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Down to new business. Consideration of the approval to reappoint Dale Wright to the Hancock County PSD Board.
Move to approve.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. And consideration of approval of the resignation of Bill McCall from the Hancock County PSD Board.
Move to approve.
Questions?
Comments.
Comments?
I'd just like to comment, due to health reasons, Bill Mako is going to have to step down from serving on the Hancock County PSD Board. Bill's been a member of that board for 20 plus years. He's devoted a lot of time to projects that the Hancock County PSD has been involved with, and I'd like to just thank Bill for all of his service and time that he's committed to this organization, and we wish him the very, very best.
Okay. Any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. And then the consideration to approve to advertise for the open position of the Hancock County PSD. And I'm sure there are time limits on this, so when this is advertised, we'll put the time limit, or the term limit, excuse me, on the advertisement.
Is there any kind of limitation to district or anything with that position?
You have to live within the district,
Okay.
anywhere that Hancock County PSD serves.
Okay.
Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Any other questions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Under the sheriff, we have consideration of approval to hire Donna Watson as records clerk effective January 1st, 2020.
Move to approve.
Okay, this is just to replace the lady that shifted from the sheriff's department to the prosecutor's office.
Much to the chagrin of the sheriff.
Yeah. I told someone to watch that. They get a little humor, that meeting that went on. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
The only comment that I would have is, and the sheriff's not here, but we'll get the message to him that Ms. Watson needs to get with our payroll clerk quickly. So we like to get them through there before they start. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. County clerk, consideration of approval of election security policy. Do you want to comment on that, Jeannie? Is this just standard through the state?
Yes, it is just standard to the state.
I've seen that on the listserv that come out the other day.
Yes.
Okay. Does it affect any changes within us, or just a policy that you guys follow?
It's a policy that we here in Hancock County follow, yes.
It's only going to affect you guys then?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Questions? Comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
3-0. In consideration of approval of the emergency absentee voting policy. Do you want to explain that? I mean, we know what it is, but for the public's sake.
This is for someone that is in a nursing home or goes to the hospital prior to the day of the election. If you call the office, we can set up so that we can have members go out and you can vote on election day.
Question, Jeannie.
Yes.
This was brought to me a couple weeks ago. A resident of Hancock County is in a assisted living home in Ohio, but it's not on a permanent basis. Maybe going back to his residence. Is he still considered a resident of Hancock County?
Yes, yes.
And he can still vote in the election?
Yes, all he would need to do is, we will start taking applications for that. February the 13th, they can call the office and we'll set up and get him signed up.
Okay.
Now, in that situation, would you send him the ballot, or, because I
Yes.
know we do have people that go and
All
assist
the-
these people to
Yeah,
vote.
all the absentees and the emergencies will be paper ballots. The only difference is the emergency ones is that on that day, 2 members from the office will be going to help them.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Make a motion, did we?
Not sure if there's one on the table or not.
Yeah, anybody have a motion on the table?
I don't think so.
No.
Is there a motion to approve the emergency absentee voting policy?
Yeah, Jeff
Move to
just did.
approve.
Okay, no more questions or comments? Probably should have done that first. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We'll go through this finance and then we'll see where we're at with Ms. Nicole. Approval of exoneration orders? Is there a motion to approve?
There
So
were
moved.
none submitted. None were
None submitted.
submitted.
Okay. Commission travel?
There is none.
There is none. General county bills?
General county appeals, P card for all funds, $15,196.51. General county is $105,075.16.
Is there a motion to pay the bills?
Move to pay the bills.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 3-0. Approval of animal shelter levy fund bills and requisitions?
They're okay to pay.
Motion to approve?
So move.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 3-0. Library levy fund bills and requisitions?
They're okay to pay.
Motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Sheltered workshop levy fund bills and requisitions?
They're okay to pay.
Motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So we have with us some animal shelter volunteers. Is that correct? How many do we have back there? I don't know where Nicole is, but you gotta love her. Would you like to stand up and introduce yourselves? Are we okay with that? And tell us what you volunteered doing.
Go ahead, Miss Lyle. You're the youngest.
I volunteer at the animal shelter in the cat room and give them toys and stuff.
And your name?
Madeline.
Madeline. We've honored Madeline before. She actually does a birthday
Yeah.
and donates all her gifts.
And
asks
she
for
does
gifts to the
lemonade
shelter.
stand twice. And she was
Nice.
recognized by the Weirton Daily Times.
Right. And she did a fundraiser at the bookstore.
Yep, at Prime, yep.
And I got my picture with you.
Yeah. And I'm Madeline's great Aunt Jane, and I just go to the shelter and just volunteer mostly with the cats, because that's what Madeline likes, and take peanut butter to the dogs and stuff, because they're all too big for me to pet.
Okay.
Louis Hans, former United States Navy. I foster kittens for the shelter.
Thank you. Oh, go ahead. Is it it?
I'm the dad.
Back-
Calvary Brenda, and I volunteer at the shelter, work with the
with the cats and do the laundry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Josh Turkle. This is Lee. We volunteer with the cats. We clean the cages and litter boxes and change the blankets and food and all that stuff. And we actually are fostering a cat now with CH, feline CH, which is like cerebral palsy.
Yes.
And his name is Rocket. And he can can't walk, but he can pull himself around and eat pretty good. And it's probably going to be a permanent foster because he's so sweet.
Yeah.
We're not sending him back.
I'm Janice Kell, and the most recent activity I'm involved in are the kitten cuddles, where during kitten season, we take up to 25 or so kittens to area nursing homes. We round up a lot of volunteers to go with us. So when we get to the nursing home, we can pair up a volunteer, a kitten, and a resident, and then just watch the joy.
Thank you.
I'm Jane Mahaffey. I help sometimes with the kitten cuddles, and I want to give kudos to Janice because it was her idea to do the kitten cuddles. Brilliant idea. I take pictures at the shelter, and I do some events for the shelter, and if they ever need anything, I'm always there for them. Try to be.
And Janice has also wrote a book on
Yes.
shelter and sold that, and you donated part of the proceeds to the Hancock County Animal Shelter. We thank you for that. Do you want to say something before we do, or do you want us to?
I just would like to say thank you to all of our volunteers. You guys just kind of touch the surface on all the great things that you do for us. It is very appreciated, and sometimes we don't let you know enough. And in the hustle and bustle of shelter romper room, is a nice way to call it. You know, we don't want you to ever think that we don't appreciate everything. It's just, you guys are always there, and we count on you, and we just wanted to let you guys know how much we appreciate you and how much we count on you guys too. Every single one of you have like a special something you do. You guys are amazing, Madeline and Jane, for making sure it seems like just when we're out of peanut butter or when someone has kittens, here you guys come. And Lois, same thing. Oh, we got another sick batch here. You know, call Lois, he'll make sure they're better. Thank you, laundry. Here, the laundry, always make sure it's done. And they say that they just clean the cages. Can I tell the little story? They're from the Johnstown area, right?
Well, that's right. I just moved back. Yeah.
And they volunteered at a shelter in a place up there. So on a Saturday, they came in to volunteer, and one of my girls said, I looked over and my eyes got this big because they had two of the ferals out and were petting them and cleaning them like it was nothing. And she said the whole cat room was holding their breath. And they didn't think anything of it. They just picked them up, cleaned them, put them in, and we said, sign them up. So they are amazing volunteers and taking little Rocket home. Jane, Janet, I don't even know what else to say. Thank you. Jane, always, I don't want to nicely say bamboozle. I need a story written. Can you make this sound good? Thank you. Janet, you're amazing. You're always there. The kitten cuddles are great. And we appreciate you guys. And thanks for coming today.
And I'll make my comments, I won't speak for them, but I know they'll echo it, and they can have their minute here. We deeply appreciate what you do. Okay, the shelter is ours now, and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot more work than probably what we anticipated. There's no getting out of that. And so when you volunteer, you save taxpayers money, and that's what we're here for. Is, we fund that shelter, and we're here to try to run it as low cost as we can properly. And I know you guys make major, major, major contributions to that. And you're not the only ones. I know there's about 22 volunteers. And sometimes we give Nicole orders, and I don't know how she transposes them to you, but we're like the double-edged sword up here. We need to take care of the animals, and we need to take care of the taxpayers, and we just try to reach that happy median. So I deeply appreciate everything you do, and I'm going to invite you to stick around. We've got some donuts and coffee, and thank you. And I'll let these guys make a comment if they'd like. Mr. Cowie?
Yeah, I'd like to thank again everybody for all the work that you put out there and for the hours you give to the shelter. Thank you also, gentlemen, for your military service. I appreciate that. And like I said, can't do it without you. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
We really appreciate the love that you have for the animals, and you guys really make it happen. Janice, your husband Jim, he's right with you too. We appreciate Jim, you allowing her to foster all the cats that she has over the years.
It'd be a challenge.
You guys are a team. You're a team. So thank you all for what you do. We really appreciate it so much.
Okay. Let me give him a hand.
Actually, it's a privilege to be able to do what we do, so thank you.
We appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Okay, go to the order. Jeannie? Barb? Valerie?
Nothing at this time.
I just want to wish everyone a happy New Year.
Yes.
Nothing? We need to get a game plan for early voting.
Sure. We're ready.
I think we'll need to address that in the very, very near future, because there'll be candidates that are working in the courthouse, and there was some comments made at the last one that people, I'm not gonna say I wasn't in the election, but someone in the election using the courthouse entrance and everything was accused of soliciting votes. We need to be on our toes for that. So whatever we need to do, you guys need a little workshop with us, we're more than willing to do that.
Sure.
Okay? Okay. Sandy from the clerk,
Happy New Year.
is everything okay with Mr. Wright?
Yes, he's in court this morning.
Okay, well, thank you for coming. Tracy,
I just want
911?
to wish everybody a happy and healthy New Year, and thank these fine people for what they do for the animals in Hancock County. It sounds like the cats are really taken well care of, and I think that's awesome. And I just want to thank you for everything that you've done, the three of you, for the 911 center this year. It's been a rough and trying year as far as personnel-wise, and I just hope it gets better in 2020. So thank you all for everything that you do, not only for me, but the citizens and the animals and everything in Hancock County. We really appreciate it.
Okay. Ms. Falusis, do you have any comments on the animal shelter?
I don't. We're getting there. We're doing good. Again, I appreciate all of our volunteers. A lot of the volunteers that couldn't come help with our horses, and again, just those projects that come up really quickly. And I say, hey, surprise, we got to go. When 10 minutes ago, see ya. They're working, so. We just appreciate everyone that helps and kind of digs in. I don't even think you guys realize how much of a help it is and how much easier it makes it for all of us and all the animals at the shelter and the employees, everybody. It is, we are very grateful for everybody. And Happy New Year.
Mr. Vitus?
Just briefly, I hope everybody has a safe holiday coming up. Be safe on the roads and keep your eye open for those that aren't being as safe. I say that because the sheriff's not here.
Happy New Year to everybody, and again, thank you to all the volunteers at the shelter. The shelter takes in, we see the numbers, an enormous number of animals, and you folks help to care for those animals in a proper way and make sure that the county is getting them in and they're being taken care of. So thank you for that. And a remark about Bill Makel. I had the pleasure of working with Bill on a sewer and water project over 10 years ago. Bill did a tremendous job on that, and there was some disarray with that project at the time. He came in and gave a lot of leadership and clarity and direction to the project. He did a great job, and so like Mr. Davis has already done, I wish him well. I wish him the best, and if he's now fully retired, God bless him, and happy trails.
Karen?
Nothing, just Happy New Year.
Commissioner Davis?
Just like to review briefly some of the things that I'm proud that this commission's been able to accomplish this year. Not just the care of the animals at the shelter, but also the dog park that was constructed next door. I'm out there regularly and I see a lot of people using it. I think that'll be a big asset for our animals. The completion of the Route 30 sewer project, that was a big project, took several years. I mean, they talked about it for over 20, and finally it's completed. We have our restroom shower facility that's nearly completed at Tomlinson Run State Park, and that's going to be a real asset to a lot of our 4-H'ers and campers. But needless to say, great colleagues here. These guys are hard workers. I'm so happy to have them here beside me, and we have a great staff. Appreciate all you guys do silently. You're always in the background, but you make it click. You make everything roll, and I wish everyone a happy new year. Thank you so much for coming today.
Commissioner Cowie?
Again, I thank everybody from the animal shelter that you do, both the volunteers and the employees, for the love they put into that place. Want to thank everybody for everything they've done through the year to help us out. We're really looking forward to this coming year to do very well and to see what we can do for Hancock County, starting hopefully with the road project, maybe something that will happen from downstate. Really looking forward to working with these gentlemen again and to our crew. Thank everybody for all the work that they do in the background. Really appreciate it, and hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
For me, I'd like to give thanks to Bill Maycall for what he does. The Public Service District does a lot of work in the county that a lot of people don't realize, but that's our utilities, that's our infrastructure, that's what we have to bargain. We can't create a job without a firm coming in to be here, and they need all this stuff that's put into place, like Mr. Davis said, the sewer projects, the road projects, the water projects, and Mr. Maycall played a big part in a lot of that in the north end of the county, so thanks to him. Thank you to you guys again, much appreciated, and I thank the commissioners for what we do together here. We have some trying times up here. There's a lot of, everything falls to here, even though some of it's tiny, some of it's big, but we hear it all, and we solve it, and we do it as a team, and I think we do it professionally. I haven't seen anybody leave here angry at us, and I appreciate that from the public. And maybe it's because we tell them the truth, and sometimes that's all they want to know is the truth. We do a good job at that. And with that said, I would like to continue working with these guys, and I will re-up for my term ends December 30th, 2020, and I will seek re-election for this position. So, and with that said, Happy New Year, Happy Blessed New Year, Safe New Year, and hope we're all back here next year at this time. Okay. All right. Our next meeting, first meeting of 2020, will be January 9th at 2:30 p.m. Anything else before the commission? With that said, I'll declare this meeting adjourned.